Over the next few weeks, as we come to Easter, we will be looking at several passages and songs to help us focus on the crosswork of Calvary. My prayer is that these short meditations and songs will help you prepare your heart for the Easter season. Why not take a few moments in quiet contemplation and consider each scripture and each song highlighted. Our first song is The Power of the Cross, written by Keith Getty and Stuart Townend. It is a story song, a song that takes us from the road that Christ walked on to the cross itself and then to the finished work on that cross. And it invites us to come and see, to stop and think, to look at Christ on trial, Christ on the road to Calvary, Christ on the cross. Put yourself as an onlooker in those kangaroo courts. Note the torturous barbs and insults, the suffering and abuse as he was beaten and mocked. Think of the pain of bearing man's sin. Think of your mess, of your rebellion, every bitter thought, every evil deed. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 11 reminds us, "For our sake he made him to be sin, who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God." The song story invites us not only to see Christ becoming sin for us, but it brings us to that moment of forgiveness, of righteousness being imputed to us, and brings us to that moment when the daylight fled, when the ground shook and victory was declared as the curtain in the temple which separated God from man was torn into two. Finished, the victory cry. Can you sense the power of that moment? Boldly able to approach the throne of God. Freedom, new life, not what the world sees or counts as freedom or life, but freedom and life as God intended it. In harmony with Him, fellowship restored, with sins forgiven. The final verse of the hymn is so powerful. "Oh, to see my name written in the wounds, for through your suffering I am free. Death is crushed to death. Life is mine to live, won through your selfless love. New life, sins forgiven, juxtaposed with the cost of Christ's selfless love. This is the power of the cross."
Oh, to see the dawn of the darkest day, Christ on the road to Calvary, tried by sinful men, torn and beaten, then nailed to a cross of wood. This the power of the cross. Christ became sin for us, took the blame, bore the wrath. We stand forgiven at the cross. Oh, to see the pain written on your face, bearing the awesome weight of sin. Every bitter thought, every evil deed, crowning your blood-stained brow. This the power of the cross. Christ became sin for us, took the blame, bore the wrath. We stand forgiven at the cross. Now the daylight flees, now the ground beneath quakes as its maker bows his